4B movement.
The 4B movement.
The 4B movement.
So what is it? Actually, a fringe feminist campaign from South Korea. The 4Bs, Korean for four no's, no marrying men, no giving birth, no dating men, and no sex with men.
There's so much pressure in South Korea for women to have kids, and women felt extremely undervalued. So they have sort of banded together to not kind of give into these societal pressures.
South Korea has the world's lowest fertility rate. Now, Google searches for 4B surging to record levels in the U.S. as one of its top trending searches in the last 48 hours. Trump's Supreme Court picks helped overturn Roe v. Wade, unleashing a wave of protests nationwide. His position on abortion access has varied, but during the final stages of his campaign, saying states should decide.
Whether the women like it or not, I'm going to protect them.
Well,
he's been saying that. It's been back to the state since 2022. If that doesn't tell you how much American privilege you have, I don't know what does, because the audacity.
the fact that they clipped that last video to talk about reproductive rights when that video is pertaining to illegal immigrants that are harming women, this is why the media has lost all its credibility. All of it. And I just want to say, this is how you could tell that God is working his magic in mysterious ways. Because look, he's not even in office yet, and he's stopping the whole movement. Look at that. Look at God.
First of all, who the heck is checking for anybody in 4B?
Exactly.
The majority of them 4B women is for no, because don't nobody want them. Okay,
They already lesbians.
so nobody, and none of these men out here that I know that is pressed over losing some type of vagina access or some type of bodily access to anybody in this 4B movement. Y'all look crazy.
I feel like if that's going to make the number of baby deletions go down, go ahead. Do what you need to do.
It's crazy. I think you could tell probably white women will be on that. I know Anton has showed on his page earlier of a white woman talking about we're not giving men a vagina anymore. I'm like, man, look, she like that's crazy.
That's not gonna happen. That's not going. They just talking. That'll never happen anyway.
I mean, well, we don't have to worry about.
Oh, dang. Ava, no.
Ava, you're in the Matrix.
Yeah, she froze up.
I feel like if this doesn't show how privileged Americans are, because they had actual issues over there. Like they have real issues in South Korea. We don't have any issues. And people keep saying about these rights being taken. What rights are being taken away? I have access on TikTok and nobody has answered the question. Like what rights? If you're talking about Roe v. Wade, it just got passed down to the state. I'm happy that, Florida didn't pass anything, but it's back to the states. It's in the hands of you. You should want less government. For Black people to complain about government so badly, and for women to complain about government so badly, you want it so bad. You want the government to be in your business. The 4B movement is not my issue. They can have that.
I love how it's my body, my choice until the government issues a mandatory jab that we all got to get. Then it don't matter about my body, my choice. And also it's kind of interesting because they talk about how you can't get rid of the baby if you want to. But yeah, if a mother were pregnant and she was taking hard drugs, she would be in jail for that. So again, it's these women, sometimes it bothers me that the only right that they care about is killing. Like I've seen so many women say, oh, I'm voting for my future children. So you're voting for your children to delete your grandchildren. That's what you're saying. Okay. Like, it's like they don't even realize what they're talking about. And I think it's funny because most of the pro-life movement is just be responsible and prevent pregnancy if you don't want to be pregnant. So you guys are doing it for us. You're closing your legs. Look how quickly everything's going to drop down. Just closing your legs. And I think it's funny also because all of the male Harris voters, y'all played yourselves because they still not going to sleep with y'all after this. So.
Yeah, instead of making like bracelets to identify, and I'm like, y'all are trying to make it seem like this is the Handmaid's Tale, but y'all are literally getting blue bracelets.
They're like shaving their hair too in protest. I'm like, ladies,
and then that's triggering some
even more unattractive.
And then that's triggering some people. I've seen it on TikTok where women with alopecia or women that are in remission from cancer, and they're like, so you're saying that I'm less desirable because I don't have any hair, but you're literally shaving your hair off in protest to not, indulge in these things with men. You really shouldn't be having kids out of wedlock. You really shouldn't be doing certain things out of wedlock anyway. So it's it's just showing the privilege for
These
women.
are women who was already borderline Ellen DeGeneres. Like this is already this is not. Come on, man. Like no, they ain't none of them doing this shit. They either talk it. You know, one that's saying it for a beat. They probably doing something that night, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Ridiculous. And I feel
It's
like
all the blue-haired girls with the septums anyway. Like nobody was checking for y'all anyways.
You're more than likely bi or lesbian or something. Like you
anyway,
were
off the top, right? They already that way. Now you got an excuse now. I'm 4B. You've been 4B since 2015.
And I'm like, I'm kind of like over. I'm kind of over it because most women can't even have social media yet. There are imbeciles of women, American women, that are on social media with this whole movement and just pretty much hijacked it. If that doesn't show privilege, I don't know what does. Now all the US 4B movement is hijacking the South Korean 4B movement, which actually was for a reason. If that's not privilege,
I'm gonna tell you.
That's what they do. They just hijack other people's circumstances and then they twist it and they pervert it and then they make it something extremely obnoxious. And it's not healthy. It's not healthy for society. And they're so loud about it. Like, girl, nobody cares. That's why you have to be so loud to get some attention. Nobody cares.
That's because America they need a cause. Like we're so privileged here. We need something to feel like we're equivalent to those fighting in the civil rights or even before that.
The American feminist movement. The American feminist movement got killed when Hillary didn't leave Bill. I promise you, because she was the leader at one point. But when I'm telling you, they got mad at her for not leaving Bill. It's been dismantled ever since. Because she was supposed to be the next hope.
I promise you, none of these women out in the streets is practicing 4B.
Okay.
Right.
And then all of the ones in the videos that, like she said, the blue-haired weird, this the undesirables. You don't see they wasn't getting it no way. So they all right.
The undesirables is shooting a shot too. That's the honest to God.
Yeah, they 34B. Yeah,
they shoot their shot all day long. They trying to give up all of that 4P all day long. They busting it down for a real one, man.
But then they
looking at these women be lying, bro. Look, I've never seen a group of people that lie so bad more than these women. On a regular, bro, I might do a reaction video to somebody that sent me something. And then somebody will call me like, man, I know her, bro. Man, check this out. Niggas be trying to send me pictures of busting the chick down that was saying that she was celibate. I'm like, stop, man. And look, nobody believes y'all. You know how you know if somebody is real? They don't say nothing. They just do it. Nobody announces that they're leaving. They just go. You know what I'm saying? They just go. And so nobody believes them at all.
Real G's moving silence like lasagna.
right. Just like Wayne.
Hi, Wayne.
But the point is that I know black women ain't doing that. I know
you would be surprised. Black
women are sex crazed.
They are, but they're so hyper focused on liberalism that they're going to gravitate towards that.
Listen, let me tell you something. You could take all that liberalism out of her with one night. One night and all of that shit.
All they gotta do is see Tyrone with the swag and he smells good with a little bit of cologne or whatever. He got his chain or whatever. That's it. It's all gonna go out the window.
The right cologne on is over with.
I believe that a lot of these
if he got that Dior Sauvage, that's it.
I believe that a lot of these women are liberal because of their circumstance. They're not liberal because that's what they choose to do. And that's I genuinely believe that. I don't believe that a lot of these women are liberal because by choice. I believe that they're liberal by circumstance. And so if they were in a different situation, even when it comes to women that are in relationships, a lot of times, being in a relationship with the man that they want, with the right man, versus being in a relationship with the man that they settle for, also can cause you to live in this liberal feminist mindset.
It's true.
And I see it all the time. They could be in a relationship and honestly, a lot of times they be choosing what they ask with somebody else, depending on what the circumstance is. If he took advantage of it, look, it's a guy. This is so funny. It's a guy right now that's going viral, and he's been going viral for a long time because he's been fucking everybody else's wife, right?
What?
I think they're talking about. I think I know what you're talking about.
The dude in Africa. I think I
And
seen
he been recording it.
What's his name?
I forgot what his name is, but he been recording it.
Yeah.
And he been busting down all of these. All these chicks is married. They all married, and they busting it down for a dude. And he don't even. He look like a Simon or something. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I can't hate on him. I mean, I don't agree with it, but I can't hate on him because it's their fault. But that just shows you that women by default are wild beings, and they will do anything, and they will switch their man at the drop of a dime, at the drop of a hat. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what their circumstance is. And they say 400 and count. I thought it was 300. I guess it's 400, right? But my point is that they doing this by their circumstance. They're not doing it by choice. I don't believe that they're doing it by choice.
I saw him. What's up? Ibang.
I feel like most liberal women, until they meet like that conservative traditional man, because I'm gonna be real, like up until I met my husband, I ran the relationship because I made the money, I was the masculine one, and it wasn't until I met my husband where I tell him this every time. It was our first argument that I knew that he was the one, because we got into it, and he's like, I don't know who the hell you're used to talking to like that, but you ain't gonna talk to me like that. And I'm like, ooh, daddy, okay, I like that. And it's true. It's like the first when a man, like everyone wants a man that is going to check her. Like Jill Scott says, if you could tell me what to do, then you could tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do, then you can't tell me what to do. And my man, he tells me no, that's it. End the conversation. Daddy got the last word. And I never had that until him. Before, I'm gonna do what I want. I don't care. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm grown. I don't have that attitude with him. I let him lead. And I don't know if that's because he's the first country boy I've ever been with. He is straight from Louisiana. He's a country boy. And I don't know if it's because of that, because I wasn't used to that in Philly. But I will say though, once I got me a traditional man, I know. He is just the normal gun shooting country boy.
For a lot of these guys that's listening, and I want Q Diddy to not crash out tonight. For a lot of these guys that's listening, bro, if you got a backbone and you just genuinely don't give a fuck and you stand on what you stand on, they will love you for it.
Yes, we will.
You do not have to compromise, and I don't mean just be an asshole.
No,
but when you stand on your shit and you don't have to compromise, and they love that shit.
Mm-hmm. No woman wants a pushover. You want a man that's gonna be strong. Yes, it's respect too, because there's a lot of things. Like I said, if he says no, that's it. I'm not gonna question him. He always gets the last word on something. So it's a respect thing, and I feel like unless you have that in your life, and I was gonna say too, a lot of liberal women, we don't have fathers growing up. We're used to our mothers leading. We're used to our mothers taking care of everything financially, the household. So we watch that and we start to emulate that. We start to become masculine. We start to take on those roles. We're okay with being the breadwinner, and it's not until you find a man that's willing to let you be. And like I told him, like now I'm wearing pink now. I don't know how this man turned me into a feminine girl. I used to wear black all the time. Now I got pink nails. I don't know who I am anymore. He brought out my femininity. And I feel like until a woman is loved the right way, real talk, until a woman is loved the right way by a man, he will bring you out of that masculinity into your femininity. And I never had that until now.
Going for that shit. Ty,
what? I always get dragged into this.
We see the facial expressions, bro.
I feel like Alicia from next week. Like he just kept
like strong women. I'm like, okay.
Ty is not going.
I'm still strong. He loves the fact that I'm strong, but at the end of the day, like I'm gonna let my man lead. If he said if we can have a disagreement about something, we're gonna disagree. But if it's something important, something that's gonna affect our family, he's gonna have the last word.
Listen, Ty believes that a woman always has the right to say what she want to say,
I never said that. I'm
looking at this 4B I didn't say you said it. I was assuming. Ty, correct me. I'm sorry.
So I'm looking at this 4B. I'm looking on, some of these sites, but I'm looking in the back. Most of these women are part of the community. They don't even want men, so it's pretty easy for them to do it. And the rest of them are quote unquote, like y'all said, the undesirable women. I haven't seen one attractive woman with this 4B movement thing. So
they transitioning into men, so
that too.
Yeah, but that assumption with me, No woman in my life is ever gonna tell me what to do or run my household. So that's just far from.
Except Kamala Harris that you were
What's up?
hoping for.
What's
Kamala
up, P. Diddy?
Harris.
What's up? I think that we all need to thank President Trump for single-handedly getting rid of hoes. These women are.
I agree.
These women
See
are
what
saying,
happens when
"I'm not
daddy's
gonna
home?
have." I'm talking, feminine woman. These women are saying, "I'm not gonna sleep with you unless you respect me." And I'm like, "Nigga, what? You sleep with niggas that don't respect you in the first place? I'm not gonna have fucking kids with you if you're not marrying me." And we're like, "This is what we fucking asked for. What are you talking about?"
Yep. You are 100%
So
correct.
we appreciate you, President Trump, for getting rid of these hoes.
You know what, you pointed something out that's pretty smart, Quentin. And really what this whole disagreement with this election is women basically saying that I'm not going to do the shit that I wasn't supposed to do in the first place.
I know, right?
That's all it is. You are 100% correct.
I'm
Quentin.
not gonna date men that don't value me, nigga. What were you doing in the first place?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
I'm not going to bust it down for a real one. I'm swearing off men. And that means you're not going to get pregnant out of wedlock and you're not going to delete a baby. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I mean, in a way, you 100% correct. 1,000% correct.
Those are the women that should not be reproducing themselves. So
Exactly. Agreed. Yeah,
So
the whole
all
thing.
of y'all are diehard Trump supporters. What do you think he's gonna change this 4 years compared to the last 4 years? Because the last time he was in office, America was horrible. Like it was the economy.
He learned from the errors of
The
his ways
crime
from the
was
first
up.
time. I just told you,
We used to watch
sir,
TV. It was
he
a
have
lot of.
got rid of hoes in the first week. My gas done went down in the first week.
yeah,
My
But he's not
401k
in
done went
office
up
yet.
$35,000 in the first week. There was
What-
3 wars that were ceased in the first week.
You know,
What?
Ty is the reason why I'm not going to answer Ty, because Ty knows that I can cook this question all day long. I can cook this question for the next 30 minutes if I wanted to.
No, I legit
But-
want to know the answer, Anton.
But the reason why
how
I'm
is
not
Trump
going
gonna
to
better everybody's life?
The reason why I'm not going to answer this, Ty, is because you don't give a fuck.
Mhm.
So I'm not going to waste my time. You don't give a fuck. So why even entertain that shit? No, I ain't about to waste my breath.
Is it enough that
could
Trump
anyone on the-
represents masculinity?
I
and
think you're
Kamala doesn't?
trolling,
Is that
though,
good enough? Is that a good enough answer? Because he represents masculinity. She does not. When it comes to war, which this country loves war, I'm more willing to trust a masculine figure over the feminine figure that everybody already sees as a joke.
So
Trump is not even in office yet, and everybody is already like, all these other countries are getting some act right.
Putin
So
already acknowledged him. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about earlier. Putin already congratulated Trump. I think that was yesterday or the day before. He didn't say he was going to stop fighting with the Ukraine, but he said he would like to find a peaceful solution. And he didn't say any of that until Trump got in office, well, is headed to office. So
do you
that's a
think
big.
Do you think Trump is going to sell the people out to make deals with Putin and
Absolutely.
China and North Korea?
What do you mean by sell the people out?
to China?
That's
Like,
what
you
he
think-
meant.
We are sold out already.
He meant one of the first things I heard him say, well, we're going to get, rich. And he's, he always comments on how, he's going to take care of the wealthy and stuff like that. Do you think he's going to sell the American people out for their best
What
interest?
the fuck are you talking about, Ty?
Compared to who? Sell
in
the
war?
country out compared to who? Because
can't compare it to
already been
both
sold out.
men.
Do you think there's going to be like a Trump? Do you
Wasting
think there's
your
going to be a Trump
time.
tower in Ukraine?
Ty is a plant.
Not a plan.
What do you mean?
Ty is trolling. He is
I'm
serious with
I'm being
y'all.
so serious right now.
I'm being serious too. Are you talking about you? Because we were just talking about the war. So how will he sell the people out? Like, are you talking about
Do you think once they clear the land out in Ukraine that there's gonna be like a big Trump tower in the Ukraine land? I'm
Do
being
you see
serious.
that
I'm not even
everything
joking.
here is made in China? That's all the proof you need that we are already sold out. How much things in your home are not made in China, did not come from China? And you're worried about him putting up a tower in another country?
He's not going to do
Worry
a
about
tower.
what's going on here.
Listen,
I believe you.
Bill Clinton sold us out a
y'all
long
are
time
talking
ago.
to a man that don't even want to be here in America.
I do believe Trump will deal with Russia with that pipeline they got with Germany and get some of that oil.
39 years of my life. I've been here for the last 39 years of my life.
I said you don't want to be here in America.
I mean, coming from a West Indian household, traveling overseas, and spending a lot of time overseas. I think let me just clear it up. I think that people are very close-minded with overseas. They think America's the best place. Although there's a lot of opportunities here, you can live a great life, especially living in the Caribbean. And that's just my stance on it.
No, that has nothing to do with what I said whatsoever. I also agree that there's great places overseas and a lot. Listen, it's a huge world. Nobody is saying that. Nobody is debating that. But what I'm saying is you don't fucking want to be here. So what difference does it make?
No, I'm here. I'm going to be here for a while.
But you don't want to be here long term.
Before I have property here.
You don't want to be here long term, man. And that's cool. And I don't denounce that. I think that people should be able to do whatever they want to do as long as it's legal. I ain't tripping off of that. But you don't want to be here, so you asking disingenuous questions.
I really no, seriously. I'm not even joking. I hear people, especially Trump supporters and Trump, like they're I call them Trump stans. No matter what Trump do, they think Trump is gonna like change their life. I heard a person, she had like a 600 credit score. She's saying Trump is coming in office. The rates are gonna drop. She's gonna buy this.
Yeah, but Ty, listen.
They have dropped the rates
like
though.
These people think Trump is coming in office that their whole life is gonna change.
Let's entertain this because you're using low-hanging fruit in order to justify your argument, right? The first thing that we need is borders closed because we don't want to send American taxpayer dollars overseas to fight proxy wars just to make big corporations and hidden donors rich. All right, that's the number one thing. The second thing that you need is stability in the economy, because the problem is that when we close off these borders and we start to implement these tariffs, we need to renegotiate with NATO because we put the majority of our resources into it. Also, on top of that, Ty right there. Also, on top of that, we need to make sure that we shore up American manufacturing. It's not about giving handouts. It's about making sure that people have the opportunity to really take care of their families and increase their purchasing power, which then allows for you to start your own business, buy homes, and then it spurs the economy, which now we see the Fed over the last couple of months have been dropping interest rates. First, they dropped it 50 basis points. Then they dropped it another 25 basis points, which makes borrowing easier. When you have money moving through the markets and borrowing easier, then you start having a greater affordability because people don't want to purchase homes, not because there's not a shortage of homes, like Kamala Harris says, is because we have an affordability crisis. So the lower of the interest rates, the more that banks make money, the more money circulates throughout the economy. Ultimately, you also get more security because we want to make sure that we support the police because it is crime and it is running rampant. You have stuff that's being perpetuated against taxpaying citizens. We know about Lake and Riley. We know about the 5-year-old that just got raped over in New York. We know about 300,000 children that's missing as a result of this border crisis. And we can pretty much guess where they are. I don't have to say that out loud. So it's a lot of different things that we can talk about. RFK, him implementing him and having him overhaul our food system. Auditing the federal government because we have to make sure that all of our government agencies are spending accordingly because we got too much bloatware and it's being taxed too much. Him lowering taxes, which ultimately, add value into all citizens, because not only is it difficult for corporations to be able to borrow money in order to continue to put into their businesses, but they froze hiring because it's very difficult for them to continue to put money into these businesses because it's so hard to do business in America nowadays. And so, we can go on and on. I talk about this shit all day long on a Millionaire Morning Show, but him being in this economy absolutely 100% continues to make America great again, to make a long story short. And the last 3.5 years was shit for most people. The 4 years before that, people were running it up, but they couldn't appreciate it. And honest to God, you can't tell me that Biden got 81 million votes. That's bullshit. You're telling me that he got 12 million more votes than Obama at his most popular. God damn it, I'm not going for it. And listen, we got to acknowledge it because it is what it is. But I just personally don't believe that he ever got 12 million more votes. I'm not going for it.
No, the mail-in ballots really came through for him, for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's funny too that people constantly talk about how Trump only wants to make rich people rich when Trump took a massive pay cut running for president. He didn't even take a paycheck while he was in the White House. He lost Mar-a-Lago. He's risking his freedom. He's risking his life literally. So for Trump to have such a big risk and he's doing this solely because he wants to fix America just shows how patriotic he actually is. And I think it's really sad that people don't see that. They don't look at that part.
And I think that it's very telling that billionaire was able to connect with the middle class, but the woman that claims that she came from a middle class family couldn't even connect and couldn't get union workers or couldn't get the Amish or couldn't get anybody that was truly boots on the ground to vote for her. He won by a literal landslide, almost 5 million more votes. That's the proof right
Ty,
there.
you don't like none of my answers?
I listen to you. I respect. I'll say this. I don't like Trump, but at the same time, I'm an American. I'm currently living here. So I hope Trump follows the plans that he says he is. But it's just funny to me that a lot of people, especially the Trump stands, they think that their whole life is going to change because Trump is now in office. And what happened the last time he was in office?
Their life changed.
Life was way better.
Men weren't walking into women's bathrooms. Women weren't getting
I
pushed
agree
out
with
by
that.
grown men.
We'll never have
A
that
lot. It's a lot.
Didn't
You're a man.
that
You don't
change
have the
while
same
Trump was in
perspective
office,
as
though?
some women do.
Didn't the gender neutral bathroom change when Trump was in office? I remember that.
No, he banned the transgender bathrooms. He got a lot of heat for that.
I
He's
think
trying to
Obama
reverse all of
started
that
that.
too.
I think it was Obama who started
No,
that.
it was definitely during the Trump era.
No, he
No, I think
banned
it
it.
was
Trump was the
Obama who
first
started
one.
that.
Trump was the first president to openly support gay marriage. That was about it. But he was never for the transgender. He said he was okay with people being transgender, but being in women's spaces, he was never okay with that. Children transitioning, he's never been okay with that.
Hey, Ty, is there anything that you agree with that Trump did that was good during his presidency, or any policy that
the
you
stock market hit all-time highs? That's the only thing I would say.
That's it. Nothing else.
He fumbled the bag on COVID.
What about him? No new wars and bringing American troops home. Did that not resonate with you?
We had wars during that's when the whole North Korea thing was going on.
What?
That's when
he was the first president to actually cross over into North Korea.
They were at
That's not true. That's not true.
Now he's the first one to walk across that border and talk to Kim Jong-un ever.